Happy Saturday! I know I posted earlier today about wanting to show you guys some of the new products. So over here I have all of our new baking items with our new fall and winter molds that you can do your cookies in. You can do brownies and little mini cakes in. Pampered Chef just launched 3 new baking pans, a mini loaf, a donut, which we're going to be using here in a minute, and then this one, let me get to it. This one is a waffle stick. So that one does dunkable waffle sticks. We also brought back the paring knives, and these are new. These are brown sugar keepers. So if you have brown sugar that normally gets hard, you soak this guy in some water, put it in a jar with your brown sugar. It'll seal it up. Some little gift boxes for our new treats. Pampered Chef is bringing back the Halloween and Christmas cookie cutters for the season. And then this guy back here is our new microwave pasta maker with the little set of koozies. On this side, we've got our new quick cooker, which is Pampered Chef's version of a pressure cooker. It's a 16-in-1 function machine. You can see all those fancy settings there. We just made a chicken parmesan pasta in that guy last night. It took about 7 minutes once it came to pressure. Back here, Pampered Chef has redesigned our micro cookers and our rice cooker down there at the bottom. That's the biggest size. And then of course we have some new entertaining items. So we got our new bar tools set, so you can learn how to make your own mixed drinks at home. And it also gives you a ratio guide here. Our oven is preheated, so it's almost ready for us. It's got our ratio guide here for when you're working on making your own drinks at home. And then of course, our thankful, grateful, and blessed. So I'm gonna pass the camera to my handsome husband, who is then gonna video me. Hi guys! Okay, so I know in one of my virtual parties going on right now, my host Dana wanted to see the new donut pan in action. So I've already gone on ahead and made up our mixture for our baked chocolate donuts. This recipe is on my website, and I'll post the link to it after this video as well. So this pan does 12 mini donuts. I have 2 pans because we like donuts around here. So the recipe says for us to oil the bottom. I haven't oiled the bottom on any of the other ones, but I figure if Pampered Chef is telling me to, then they must have a reason. So we're just gonna take, this is just some vegetable oil, and we're just gonna grease up the bottom of each of these wells, just so we don't have anything that's sticking. This guy here can hang on the side of your bowl when you're not using it. But if you wanted to make sure it doesn't drip anywhere else, put your bowl under it, you're good to go. Okay, so this is our chocolate mixture here, and that failed, that turned it. So this one, I'm gonna take our small scoop, and the way that I've done these when I was making the other donuts is I take our small scoop and I just kind of put 2 to 3 little scoops around, and then I'm gonna come back around and take this guy and just kind of smear it all around. So that way it's gonna fill that up. Now, in this instruction, it does tell you that if you wanted to fill your decorator bags with the filling and then pipe it around, you can do that as well. Totally your call. I tend to use my scoops sooner than I use my decorator bags, and then I just dishwasher these suckers clean. So I'm gonna fill all of these guys up, and then I'm gonna put them in the oven. It's gonna take about 8 minutes to bake. While it's baking, I'm gonna put together a real quick glaze for the top of these, and then we are going to, and then I'll come back and I'll show you the after. So again, all I'm doing here is I'm just putting 3 scoops in each. I'll come back around when I'm all done, and I'll spread that out. So that way you guys, or my guys, because they're gonna be the ones taste testing this, will be able to have some yummy chocolate donuts. Now the other recipes currently that are on my website for this donut pan is there is an apple cinnamon one. There's also a vanilla recipe. But if you have a favorite, you can throw some blueberry in here. One of the recipes I first tried with our muffin, with our new donut pan, was there's an old-fashioned recipe for baked donuts, and we coated them in some powdered sugar. We coated some in a cinnamon sugar shake, and then we also glazed some as well. And I'll post that picture in the comments so you guys can see, and I'll also post the link to that recipe. So this one is a Pampered Chef recipe we're testing out today, just to kind of see how it compares to the other ones. I've made the old-fashioned recipe twice now, and it's been a big hit both times, especially with my 10-year-old, because he is quite the fan. And actually that's what started me making these donuts, besides the fact that Pampered Chef came out with this cool pan. My 10-year-old, it was a Saturday morning a couple weeks back, and he goes, I want to go get breakfast out. And I said, well, dude, we have breakfast here. And he goes, yeah, but do we have donuts? And I went, we can make them. And he goes, what? How? So I looked up a recipe. We had all the ingredients already in the house, so it worked out well. We whipped up the donuts, took about 8 minutes, frosted them all, and he thought it was the coolest thing ever to be able to sit there and make our own donuts. So that's one thing I love about Pampered Chef, is that they're always giving me some great new memories with my boys, trying some new recipes and all kinds of goodies. So again, all I'm doing here is I'm just taking and smearing this guy out so it will fill these wells. This one I get to eat. It was on the side. That's the rule in this house. And then I'm gonna bake these for about 8 minutes, and then I'm gonna make a real quick glaze. Alrighty, Stephen, how do they look? Does anyone need more filling?
Maybe this one.
That's what I was thinking too. This one might need a little bit more juice.
Not a whole scoop though.
It's like a half. It's like a scant. What do they call this?
That one.
This one?
Nope.
This one? This one? Point better. This one? My helper. My helper in the kitchen. Okay. Alright, so we're going to bake these. As I lick my fingers. Yum! This is our before. We're going to bake these for about 8 minutes. Okay, Google, set a timer for 8 minutes.
Okay, 8 minutes.
She's
starting
listening
now.
Today. Okay, so for our glaze, it calls for 1.5 cups of our confectionate sugar. So I already have that in here. It calls for 1/4 cup of cocoa. So I'm just going to add this to the mix because we want a nice chocolate glaze to go for. I know there's still extras and you probably want to lick the bowl. Okay, 1/4 cup of our cocoa. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of blend this a little bit now. And it wants you to whisk it, but oh, you know what? I should probably switch. Let me switch to a bigger bowl. These guys are our silicone. Let's see what size you are. Are you a 4 cup? I don't know. I can't read it. Nope, you're 2. We're going to go to this one. All right, so I'm going to dump this into our silicone prep bowl. See all that smoke? It's like a science experiment in here. Just so I can get a nice good blend going. And then it needs 1/4 cup of milk, which I've already measured out. And then 1 teaspoon of vanilla. That's perfect. And then we're just gonna give this a quick whisk to get our chocolate glaze ready. And then this will sit until we are ready and our donuts come out and are nice and frosted. And if you're looking to get the free guest special this month, this guy is on there. This one's the skinny scraper. You can get the classic or the skinny, or there's a mini skinny, depending on what you need. But this one has a nice long handle so you can get into the bottom of all your jars. Look at that chocolate sauce, yeah. All right, so that guy is ready. And again, you can get this guy for free. with our scrapers for this month's special. Okay, we're gonna wait about 7 minutes or so. I'm gonna pull the donuts out and then I'll show you guys the after effect. Hope you're having a great Saturday.